Hey there, everyone, and welcome back into another edition of preseason Tomahawk Talk. We're just a couple days away from opening day now. I'm Adam Gotkin, joined by Cam Manna and Nate Schwartz, and we have got a player with us this time out of St. Joseph's University. It's a returner in pitcher Matt Mcshane. And Matt, first off, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
So, Matt, just wanted to start off with, you're back here for your second season in Bourne. How exciting is it to be, back in a place where, a team won a title last year?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome being able to come down here and playing with a bunch of the other guys and being able to be at the coaches, Coach Landers, Salty, being back with all those guys, and we have six returners as well, so it's cool to catch up with all those guys. And it's awesome to be part of a winning team and culture.
And a very successful spring season for you, Matt. We'll get into last summer a little bit more as this goes on. But what do you feel went well in this spring season, and do you think it had some translation from last summer, the success you had on the Cape, and then coming back to the D1 level and really having a strong spring?
Yeah, I mean I thought I learned a ton from the coaches here and the other players I played with, and just being able to take that into the spring season and growing. We talked about this growth mindset as a team yesterday. It was a part of our thing last year too, as our group last year, and just really learning and listening to what everyone has to say and applying it to your own game. And I think that helped me last summer, and then taking it into this spring as well. I've improved on a lot of things, and and I think I took that into the season.
And Matt, when you just take a look at, obviously, there's such a big difference between everything you have to go through in a spring season. You're with those same guys for all fall and then all spring, and then now you're here in the Cape, and it's only a 2-month adventure. But what would you say is the biggest transition you have to go through from being in that environment where you're so comfortable into somewhere where, even though you were here last year, a lot of these guys haven't been here before?
Yeah, I think summer ball is a time where it's more of a relaxed environment. You're still trying to win and go out there and compete, but when we go back to school, everyone has programs we have to follow, and we kind of do whatever the coaches, what programs they have. We're here, we're all together from coming from all over, all different schools. So just kind of we all have our own individual things that we have to do, but I mean, at the same time, we come together as a team just to try to win and learn from each other and develop and get better as not only an individual, but as a team as well in the few short months that we have.
And so, Matt, the last two summers that you've played, you've been pretty sensational. Your ERA was under 1.5 last year, under 0.50 the year before in the NECBL. Do you feel like kind of the way that you pitch, the stuff that you throw, kind of caters more towards the wooden bat summer league type of play compared to playing with the metal bats in college? What's kind of the reason, do you think, behind you really just turning it on for the summer?
Yeah, I don't know if there's one reason that goes into it. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple. Um, I don't. I guess just. I mean, one thing for me is there's no school. So when you're down here, the only thing you have to focus on is baseball. Um, and that's something I'm sure every guy down here loves is just playing baseball, waking up every day, no responsibilities other than getting your lifts in and showing up to the field and having fun, and just trying to go out there and compete. I don't think there's anything too specific about it, but I don't know. Maybe that's something.
Matt, a lot of people know that the Cape is the best of the best college baseball
Hmm.
players in the country. And you were there for a reason last year, and then you were able to pitch in that All-Star game and be able to be in that position. But also coming from the A10, still a Division I conference. But do you ever have it as a chip on your shoulder sometimes when was there a chip on your shoulder when you went to that All-Star game coming from a smaller Division I conference?
Yeah, I mean, being able to play in the Cape with a bunch of all these guys who are just really good at what they do. It's awesome experience for me, and just being able to know that I compete with those guys is pretty cool. Coming from a small school, I kind of look look at it as like it's just another challenge. And for me, it's an opportunity to go out there and show that I can compete with the best of the best. And it's just fun. I take that challenge and see how I can do.
Matt, you mentioned how awesome an experience it is playing on the Cape, but what about Bourne in particular makes this environment so special and played a role in you wanting to come back for year two?
Yeah, I would just say it's the community as a whole. Everyone around is involved in the Braves, with the coaches, the community, the host families. They're awesome. Everyone it's all locals. I feel like on this side of the Cape, on the west, it's more locals. I feel like the east is kind of like tourists. So all these people are here year round, and they just come out and support Bourne, and it's really awesome to see. Welcoming, caring. And I just think Bourne's a great place to be.
And this past year, Matt, you guys had the chance to play Rutgers. You pitched against a couple of your former Braves teammates. What's that like, when you run into those guys, during the spring at school, players who you spent last summer with, and had the chance to bond with and be teammates with?
Yeah, it's fun. I do remember playing Rutgers, and we played JKG and Hugh, and some other guys along the way. And it just kind of like I mentioned before, it's just another opportunity. And I always want to get those guys out. So I may try to throw a little harder, or try to strike them out a little more. It's fun. It's just another part of why baseball's fun, being able, those guys are being on your team, and then when you come to the spring, you get to play against them. I think that's pretty cool.
The bond of that team last year seemed like it just grew throughout the summer. And I think summer baseball is unique just because of, players from all different schools, and you have to bring that bond together.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think that takes? And last summer, why do you think that the bond was so special to you guys heading into the postseason?
Yeah, we had a core group that I feel like kind of stayed together. It seems like nowadays with the transfer portal and guys getting drafted, that the teams fluctuate year round. Players are coming in and out and going. And I believe we had 64 guys on the team last year throughout the summer, which is a lot. So it kind of took a while for guys to get into Bourne and get comfortable. And then by the time the playoffs rolled around, we kind of had our group that we were able to go and make a run in the playoffs.
And Matt, when you have, there's going to be 6 of you guys coming back to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think of it as taking on a potential leadership role for this summer, knowing that you've been in this place before and you can kind of help the guys that haven't been here get acclimatized to not only the team but the community?
Yeah, I think it gives us and like the 6 guys that are back a chance just to welcome the new guys in, and show them this winning culture, and just kind of guide them along with maybe whatever they need. But they are all incredible players themselves, so they also kind of know what they're doing. So just kind of, I guess, welcoming into our culture and our team.
Well, Matt, right now on the Braves roster, you've got another St. Joe's pitcher right now who's scheduled to join us in Will McCausland. What should we know about him in Bourne, and how excited are you to have a college teammate with you this summer?
Yeah, Will's awesome. He was great for us all spring, and he's going to go out there. He's going to compete, and he's going to give the Braves a chance to win every game. He's going to keep us in every game, and he's going to go out there and dominate for us.
Is there a player on the roster right now, Matt, that's either a hitter or a pitcher that you're the most excited to see, or even a hitter that you would love to have a challenge with in a bullpen session or an at bat to try to strike him out?
Yeah, I mean, Bodine caught multiple of my games last year, and I loved how he caught me behind the plate and called all those different pitches for me. And he's a switch hitter, so just facing him would be pretty awesome. He's a good at bat to face.
And Matt, one more for you here.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's so special to be able to win a championship at any level, any type of league. What would it mean to
Yeah.
you personally to be able to be a part of another championship winning team this summer as you guys go for a three-peat?
Yeah, it would be unbelievable. Just being a part of one last year was pretty cool. And I think everyone could say that the dog pile at the end of the year was their favorite moment on the Cape last year. So just being able to do that again and also make history for the first time. I don't think any Cape team has ever won 3 in a row. So I think we have a pretty good group to do it, and down the line it could be something really special.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We've just got a couple days left to go until opening day, so we hope to see you all at Dorton Park as the Braves open their season against the Orleans Firebirds on June 15th. But we'll see you all then. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Born Braves, and we'll see you all soon.